The last class we saw about how the algorithms are analyzed. Yes, just a recap of the previous session. Now I will start the next session. Then analysis of algorithm, then computational complexity, asymptotic notations, and then array implementation of list ADT. Just I have started that array implementation of list. For any algorithm, we need to analyze what? Two important complexity, time complexity and space complexity. Space complexity means how much memory space required to do a particular computation. We have to minimize as much space as needed. No need to use more number of space. It will be a wastage of memory sometimes. If I am going to use only 2 variables means no need to declare 4 or 5 variables, just like that. It will occupy more space. So those things you have to keep in mind while writing the algorithm. Then another important challenge is time complexity. To measure the time complexity, we are using 3 asymptotic notations. Hope you all remember. Just refresh it in your mind. Big O notation, omega notation, and then theta notation. Big O means worst case time complexity. Omega means best case. Theta notation means average case. So for any algorithm, we have to search till the worst case. So these are the 3 notations. Now we are going to see the array-based implementation. As told earlier, for all the data structures, for all the linear data structures, we are going to have 2 different implementations, either array-based or linked list-based. Because you may implement in 2 ways. That means what? You are going to do all these operations in either by using array or by using linked list. So now let's start with the array-based implementation. In this whole class, we are going to see how we are going to do all the operations with respect to routine or the program. Better students have note and pen with you. You can parallelly write in your notebook and you can check, because I'm going to explain the coding also. How an element is inserted, how an element is deleted, like that. Yes. So why we are using array means it's a fast method. We can have random access of elements. Though the elements are stored in contiguous memory locations, we can have random access of elements, and it's more memory efficient. These are all with respect to array, especially with respect to static array. Memory efficient, it consumes less memory. That is the consumption of memory will be advisable. That means you can have sustainable amount of memory. That is memory efficient, and very little memory is required. Other than that, needed to store the contents. That means if I am going to store large amount, a large number like that means for that only we need more space. Other than that, little memory is required while using arrays. So these are the advantages. Just I have mentioned one small example. Normally, no need to explain in detail about array because you are very well familiar with the array. Array is a collection of homogeneous elements. Array is determined by its size. How the positions are determined means by using the index. Always the index position starts from 0. In some languages, the index may also start from 1, 2, 3, etc. But generally, we are using the array index of 0 only. In older languages, they have used array index as 1 also for few languages. Sometimes it's possible to fix the index also. Either the starting index or 2, you can start the array elements with the index position 5 like that. But in general, we are normally not using. It's not advisable. So we are starting the array index with the position 0. In all our common languages, we are using C, Python, Java and all. Yes. So in this example, we are having some 10 elements. It's not necessary that the element should be arranged randomly. The element positions are placed sequentially. Don't get confused. It's not necessary that the 10 should be first, 10, 14, 19, 27. The elements can be at any place. The elements can be in any order. But the position is, it is having contiguous memory location. Contiguous means continuous in a particular package. It's present in a particular dense location. That means starting from 0, A of 0. Assume that your array name is A, not necessary that A. It can be LA, it can be XYZ. So XYZ of 0, XYZ of 1, 2, etc. up to 9. So I have stored all those elements. Here your size is 10. Your n value is 10 only, not 9. Yes, your array index starts from 0 to 9. Don't get confused. So now we are going to see the basic operations in an array. How we are going to implement these basic operations? Very simple. Only in linked list we have some little more additions in the routines. All these things will be very familiar, a very common thing we are applying. So these are the basic operations in an array. Traverse, insertion. Somebody joined outside. Mukil and Raju. Try to use your college mail ID and log in, dear students. Just I noticed, so I admitted. These are the operations: traversing, insertion, deletion, searching, and updating. Traversing means what? Visiting all the elements or go throughing all the elements and printing all the elements one by one. That is called as traversal. This is an important technique in tree data structure also. Have it in your mind. Traversal means what? Visiting, traveling, like that. It comes from that word, derived from that word only. So visiting all the elements and printing all the array elements one by one continuously. Yes, so that is traverse. Then insertion, adding an element. I can add either the element in the beginning, from the beginning of the array, or I can specify some position and I can add the element at the given index. That is important. On deletion, removing an element at the given index. Suppose, for example, I want to delete the element 19. So its index is what? 5. You have to specify that index. It will be removed. 19 will be removed. So 27 will come to this position. 44 will come to the previous position. 26 will come to the previous position. And 31 will come to A of A. Why means you are reducing the size. You are shrinking the size of the array. Yeah, now the array size is 10. After removing that number 19, now array size become 9. Yes. So this thing you have to remember. I want to add element. You have to specify the size. You have to increase the size also, and you can increase either at the beginning or at the middle of the array or at the end. Yes. We will discuss it one by one in detail later. So next one is searching. I want to find an element either by using the value or by using the index. Don't think that these are only 10 elements are there, it is easy to search. Assume that you are having some 1 lakh elements in a database, or 10,000 elements in a database, or 100,000 elements in a database. So in that, searching becomes very difficult. Yes, so I can use either array or linked list implementation. So searching can be done either by using the key value or by using the index. There is one term called key. Kirti, why you are joining outside of the college mail ID? It will be a little disturbance, students. Hereafter, join using your college mail ID. Join through Google Classroom. Next, last operation is update operation. Update means I want to change the element. For that, what I need to know the exact position, which element to be replaced. I want to change the 14 as 24. Change the element 14 as 24. 14 is present in index position 4. That means 5th position. The value here is 4. So I need to give that position. Then only that 14 will be replaced with 24 or 34 like that. So these are the operations that can be done on a particular array. Yes, let's see one by one. Traversing an element. Just I am going to explain the code. Try to solve in your notebook. Because for more detailed coding and all, we will go with that whiteboard. For these things, it's necessary. It's enough to explain with this PPT itself. If you have any doubts, you can unmute your mic at any point and you can ask. Because I am unable to see the chat, or ma'am will tell if you are posting any doubts in the chat. Yes, traversing element in the array. Traversing all the elements, not traversing an element, traversing the elements in an array. For that, what I need means I have explained with simple C programming. You can also try with Python or any other coding. I have declared the array name as LA, linear array or just anything. LA as the name of the array. I didn't mention the size of the array. It's not at all a problem. Suppose your array size is fixed. If I have 10, 20 like that means you can put, or it's not at all a problem. A of just open and close square bracket is equal to, I have initialized the elements here. No need to initialize it's not compulsory to initialize the element. You can get the elements by using scanf statement. Scanf %d ampersand a of I. Like that you can give. But for simple example, I have mentioned. So assume that your array having 5 elements. Yes. I'm going to print all the elements. No need to look at that item k equal to 3 like that. Just we will look at for the some other codings for insertion and deletion. Yes. What I'm going to do means I'm going to print all these 5 elements. A simple for loop you are going to use. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Just printf. Why I have mentioned that LA of %d means in your output it will be displayed as what? LA of 0 equal to 1, LA of 1 equal to 3, LA of 2 equal to 5, LA of 3 equal to 7, LA of 4 equal to 8. So that specific location also will be retrieved. For that you have to use this LA %d equal to %d. The %d is the position. Position I mentioned it as what? I. If I mentioned the position as I, you can give any variable name. And the array is what? A, LA of I. Yes, just printing all the elements. Now, can anyone tell what will be the time complexity for printing all these elements? I need quick reply in chat. Because in asymptotic notation, I have told about this. What is the time complexity needed to traverse or to print these 5 elements? Not omega, Sujita. I need that exact iterations. I mentioned 5. How many iterations we need in terms of worst case? Are you able to catch the question? I want to print 5 elements. I used for loop. In the for loop, I told one thing, and while teaching the asymptotic notations. How many iterations I need to print these 5 elements? How 6, Anantaraman? 5 only. Yes. Humaid Ahmad, Ruhit Krishnan, Priyadarshini. Yes, good. 5 only because I want to print all these 5 elements. Yes. For I equal to 0, I less than n. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. 5 less than 5 condition become false. So your loop won't get printed. Yes, he told 6 means till that 6th condition, your for loop will get executed. Okay. So what is the time complexity here? Big O of n. That thing I needed. Big O of n, capital N or small n. Number of steps that are needed. Yes. So he told, Venkatram's told 6. Y means I equal to 0. Your condition is true. 0 less than 5. Then 1 less than 5. 2 less than 5. Your element will be printed. 3 less than 5. Element will be printed. 4 less than 5. Your element will be printed. So all your 5 elements will be printed. Again, loop will be incremented because I didn't exit from that loop. Now, as usual, I will be incremented 5 less than 5. Now only the condition become false, so it will come outside the loop. So it's a linear function. For any linear equation, your big O notation is what? Big O of n. Your time complexity is. I put the table. You remember the table. For any constant, it is big O of 1. For any linear equation, it will be big O of n. Got it? Okay. We move on to the next one. How to insert element in the array. Better you can have it in your notebook. I'm going to insert element. No need to go with some 10 elements and all. Let's take that simple example itself. Previous one. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Or anything. 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Yes. So I want to insert element. And there are previous codings. Just I mentioned the particular part only here. Yes. Previously that a header file, declaration, everything and all that. So just in a for loop, for I equal to 0, I less than n, just I printed all the original elements. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Now I have mentioned n equal to n plus 1. Why means I am going to insert elements. So obviously your array size will become increased. Where I am going to insert? Here I have mentioned, left side you can see, I have mentioned I as 0 and j as n. J means you are going to use another variable called j as the size of the particular array. K as the position. I'll explain the coding, then we will move on to example. K as the position, where I am going to insert, either in the second position or third position. Don't think that second position means A of 2. Second position means A of 1. Index should be different. Yes, third position means A of 2. First position means what? A of 0. Don't confuse that one. Again and again I am telling. So K as the position, key position. Then we are using one variable called item. Item or element. Element means which element I am going to insert. Now two things we need. Where I am going to insert, what element I am going to insert. Okay. Without these things, we can't insert the element. Got it? So we have mentioned those two things. So you are going to check a condition while j greater than or equal to k. What is j here? I have assigned j as n. N means 5 elements. So 5. 5 greater than or equal to, suppose I want to insert at the third position. Yes, 5 greater than or equal to 3. Condition is true. So it will come inside the loop. Now, normally that assignment operation, a equal to 3. For example, you are taking a simple thing. A equal to 3 means what? Which one will be assigned? 3 is assigned to A. Right to left. Okay, well, your associativity is from right to left. So this LA of j position will go to what? LA of j plus 1. Yes, my array size is 5. So 5 becomes what? 6. That means your element moved one step forward. Okay, well, got it? You can write it in your notebook. I will explain it in the board also after explaining this routine. Yes, now you are decrementing j. Remember that I am going to insert in the third position. Okay, wow. K value is 3. J value is 5. Just I am explaining. So 5 greater than 3, first condition. So your fifth element will go to the sixth position. Yes, now I am decrementing j. What will happen? 4. J becomes 4. 4 greater than or equal to 3. Yes, condition is true. Yes, so fourth element will be moved to fifth element. LA of j plus 1 equal to LA of j. That means j value 4. The fourth element moved one step ahead because I want some free space at the third position. Got it? Now j value decremented to 3. So 3 greater than or equal to 5. Yes. So the third position will become 4. Sorry. J as 5, 4, 3. Yes, 3 greater than or equal to 3. So the third element moves to fourth position. Now third element is empty. Again, J will be decremented. Now what will happen? 2. 2 greater than or equal to condition become false. 2 greater than or equal to 3. So condition become false. So I am assigning that particular item to LA of K. What is K value here? 3. Position. Then you are going to display all the elements. What will happen here? Here two things. The element will be inserted in the required position. All the other elements will be pushed to the next position. Got it? So now my array size will become 1 extra to the original size. Initially my array size was 5. Now after inserting the element it becomes what? 6. Yes? Got it? We can try it with the example also. Just for time consumption, we can have a simple example. So we are having an element as 1, 3, 5, 7 and 8. Yes, anything you can take. So your n value as 5. Okay, I want to insert the element at the position 3, k equal to 3. Yes, the item to be inserted is, or the element to be inserted is 201. Let's take it in randomly. Your array is A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3 and then A of 4. Just what I have mentioned, while j greater than or equal to 3, k. You have to mention A of j plus 1 equal to A of j. Sorry. So this thing only you have to remember. Then what's the next one? You have to decrement the j value. Okay. Your I value is 0 initially. I equal to 0. What's my j value? J equal to n. That means I am assigning the total size 5. Now I want to insert the item 201 at position 3. So what will be my output after insertion? 1, 3, 201, 5, 7, 8. Yes. So what I have to do? I have to free this space. Got it? For that only I am moving all these positions. A of j plus 1. Okay. J greater than or equal to 3. J value is 5. 5 greater than or equal to 3. Condition is true. So the fifth element will move to sixth position. This 8 will move one step forward. Okay. Similarly, this 7 will move one step forward. Just there is no time to mention that memory location. You assume that memory location. Yes. Now 5 will move one step forward. Now the condition will be 2 greater than or equal to 3. Condition become false. So this place is emptied now. I can assign that particular element. A of k equal to item. So here 201 will be inserted. This is the logic of inserting the elements in an array. One thing I want to tell, in the list we are using this array implementation. Have it in your mind. I'll ask the difference between array and list. Now itself you can think, get up with the points. So after insertion, my array looks like 1, 3, 201, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Very simple logic. Remember these things. You have to check the condition. Then I am moving one step ahead, moving all the elements one step ahead. Then I am decrementing the position and I am inserting the particular place. Suppose I want to insert at the last position means I can go to the 10. I can create one memory location and you can insert. It's very easy one to insert at the beginning or at the end. Suppose at the end means what's the challenge here means you have to traverse all the elements, then you have to print. Got it? So that is this is a routine for inserting the element in the list or array. Both are same here. In the list, I am going to use the array implementation. I'll tell now it's don't get panic. Here normally array will store data very compactly and it has more efficient memory. But in the list, the memory efficiency will be more. That means especially in array we can do all arithmetic operations, mathematical operations. But in the list normally we can't do mathematical operation, though it contains elements of different data type. You can think of a list in Python, in C, anything. Okay. So insertion and deletion normally take more time in array. That is one of the disadvantage in array. Got it? We are using the same concept, array concept, array operations to implement it in the list. That's all. List is a collection of elements only, but it can have different data types. Okay. Now, a similar thing, you have to delete element from an array. So I want to delete the elements. Suppose I want to delete 5. What I have to do? Just the reverse of the insertion operation. In the insertion, what we have to do? for that particular position. I have to free that particular position. So all the elements are moved one step forward. Here I want to delete this 201 itself. What I have to do? I have to either give that particular index or give the particular value, go to that particular position, remove it. After that, don't leave it as such. Here 5 has to come to this position, 201 position. 7 has to come to 5 position, 8 to come to 7 position. That means what? You are shrinking the size. While inserting an element, you are increasing the size of the array. Yes, or the list. Here, while deletion, you are removing the element from the list. So obviously, your list size should be shrunk. Initially, it was 5 or 6. After deletion, it has to be reduced by 1. Again, if I am going to do the same deletion operation, means again it has to be shrinked by 1. That thing you have to remember. So let's see the routine for deleting an element. If you want slideshow, I can put, you can unmute and tell, or if it is okay, I will continue. I hope the PPT is legible. If you want the full screen, I will put it. For any such cases, unmute your mic and tell. So now we are going to see how to delete an element from an array. Yes, anything, students?
Ma'am, what if the size is not deleted? Junk value போய் save ஆகுமா இல்ல?
No, what question?
அந்த array size reduce பண்ணுவீங்க மேம்.
Yes.
பண்ணனா junk value போய் save ஆகுமா இல்ல 0 ன்னு?
Yes, actually initially junk value will be stored. To replace that one, I am going to shift all the elements. Finally, the last element will be null. I am reducing the size itself. The entire memory space will be removed finally after removing the element.
Okay, ma'am.
As stored, junk value or any garbage value will be stored. But after deleting all the elements, your size itself will be reduced.
Okay.
I remove the entire space. For that, we are using an operator. I hope you know that. Free of.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Do you know that? FREE, free of function. Free of function is to remove the space itself. Now we are seeing a good question, Venkat. Now we are seeing the routine to delete the element. To delete the location itself, we are using that free operation. Got it?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's see the deletion element. I want to delete. Before that, I print. I have displayed all the elements. While display the elements with location hereafter. Yes, have it in your mind. Better use this kind. Print the element along with the position. A of 0 equal to A of 1 equal to, like that you have to print. Yes. Now I have assigned that K value to J. What is K value? The position where I am going to delete. Now I am checking using the for loop while J less than N. For deletion, for example, I want to delete the element in position 3. K as 3. The K value is now assigned to J. Now J value become 3. My array size is what? 5. That same example we can take. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Same example. So I want to delete that particular element. That element in that particular position. So 3 less than 5. Condition is true. So it will go inside the while loop. Now look at the difference between that insertion and deletion. That A of J element will come to what? A of J minus 1. I want to compare this one. Here what I am doing, this A of J element will go to A of J plus 1 in insertion. Here that same element, it will go one step behind. Okay, one step behind the particular location. So what will happen? The third position element will go to second position. Okay. So the element in the third position goes to second position. Now I have incremented that J value. Initially J is what? 3. Now it becomes 4. 4 less than 5. What will happen? It will come to that for loop. So the element in the fourth position, it will move to the third position. Got it? Now again, J will get incremented 5. 5 less than 5, condition become false. So what will happen? So the element, now one more thing, n equal to n minus 1. This is important because initially my size was 5. Now it get decremented to 4. What I am going to do? I am going to display only the 4 elements. Okay, you can display the deleted element also. Print of the element deleted is percentage d, comma what? LA of that particular item. You have to display that particular item also. Okay, same thing only, just the reverse of that insertion. Let's take that same example. No need to put that item, because why no need to put the item? Because I have mentioned the position. The element in that particular position will be deleted. Okay, so here j less than n. I'll write behind, below that insertion routine. Don't get confused. Yes, yes ma'am.
இல்ல மேம்
Jasmine ma'am.
வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் ஆச்சு. இப்போ ஓகே.
Okay. Okay. So j less than n. Yes. I am checking the particular condition. We can check this one. So a of j minus 1 become a of j. Again and again I am telling, don't by heart the code. Try to practice these things during your free time. Don't leave this data structure as such. Only when ma'am comes tomorrow we can go through all these things. Don't have it like that. Hereafter try to have the habit of practicing these simple things at least half an hour or 10 minutes enough to go through all this code and you can work it out. Okay. So these are the 3 important codings. J equal to j plus 1. So j less than 1. What's my j value here? 3. So 3 less than 5. Condition true. So what will happen? So third position element, it will go to 2. A of 3 goes to A of 2. So A of 3 is what? 0, 1, 2, 3. 7 comes here. Yes, j value will get incremented. 4 less than 5. So fourth position will go to 3. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 8 becomes, 8 will come here. Suppose I can print that deleted elements also. Also print of the deleted element is, like you can assign it in a variable called key. So, or in the position, that position itself you can mention, you can retrieve that element, then you place all those elements. So after deleting 5, what will happen? My array will be 1, 3, 7 and then 8. So array size become decremented. So only I mentioned that particular statement, n equal to n minus 1. Got it? Now, last 2 operations. Searching an element in an array. Similar to deletion also, not deletion. Searching can be done based either on the value or the index. Deletion also we can either give the particular value or key. Normally we give the position. That is easy to do the deletion operation. For insertion, 2 things are mandatory. Which element to be inserted, which position to be inserted. But for deletion, either you give the element or you give the position. Similarly, for searching also, you can give a particular element to be searched or the index. At that particular index, what element is there, that you can search. Okay, it's not at all complex, just 2 lines only. Same thing, I am having that 5 elements. I want to search the element 4 or anything. Or search the last element. Initially I 0, j also 0. So j less than n, 0 less than 5. A of j equal to item. Item means 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. I want to search whether 7 is present or not. My item value is 7. So a of 0 equal to 7? No. So you move to next position. Break statement is there. Break statement is to temporarily terminate from the particular position. Okay. Now j value will get incremented. A of 2 equal to 7, false. A of 3 equal to 7, false. A of 4 equal to 7, condition true. So break statement, it will come outside the loop. Okay. So because it is found at that particular position, you can retrieve that position also. Found element at position. Which position? J plus 1. Because it is at that current position, that item can also be retrieved. Okay. I'll explain. I want to search this particular 7. This is one of the challenge in array. We will look at the end of the thing. While searching, the time complexity will be more. The operation is expensive. Expensive means it takes more time. Because I'm starting from the initial position, from this A of 0. A of 0 not equal to 7. So I'm moving one step ahead. A of 1 not equal to 7. A of 2 not equal to 7. A of 3 is equal to 7. So the element is found at this particular position. Okay. But it takes more time. That is the disadvantage in array itself. The last one is updating an element in the array. I want to replace the existing element with some other element. Okay, very simple thing. Just you want to get that element. Same thing. Just I printed the elements already. I have mentioned that item. Item is nothing but the new element to be replaced. Where I am going to place LA of k minus 1. K is the position. As told 0 to n minus 1. Similarly, I am going to place at the k minus 1. K as the position. Third position means what? Index 2. A of 2. So that LA of k minus 1. Don't put LA of k. Where I am going to replace means that particular position. You can directly assign that particular item. Just then print all the elements. The elements will be, it will be updated. The array will be updated. Very simple thing. I want to replace this 5 with 50. Yes. What coding I have written? LA of printf. Inside the for loop, I printed all the elements. Then I assigned that item to whom? LA of k minus 1. I want to replace the third position element. Third position, k equal to 3. That means what? Index is at 2, A of 2. So A of k minus 1 equal to key. A of k minus 1 equal to key or the element. That means item. So my item value is what? 15. Yes, that 15 is assigned to whom? K minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. So this 5 will be replaced with 15. Then you print all those elements. That's it. Okay. So these are the operations that can be done on a particular list using array. Insertion, deletion, traversal, searching, updating. Got it? But there are some disadvantages in array-based implementation. As told, insertion and deletion normally take more time. Now we have only 5 elements, so it's easy to pick the particular position and I am going. I want to insert an element in the position 63 of the array size 70. So it will take obviously more time. It has to move from each position. Similarly, deletion also. Okay. So it takes more time. That means it is very expensive. Insertion and deletion are expensive because it consumes more time. Time complexity is very high. And also the size, the array size must be known when the array is created and it is fixed in case of static array. Okay. So to overcome these challenges, we go with linked list implementation of array or the list. Got it? And there are two important things, array based and linked list. To overcome, for simple elements, we can go with array based implementation. Suppose if my element size is big and all, insertion and deletion will take more time. So we go with linked list implementation. Under linked list, we have 3 types: singly linked list, doubly linked list, and then circular linked list. All those things we will see one by one in each class, in the forthcoming classes. Okay. Any doubt, you can unmute and tell. We are running out of time. We will discuss this question in our next class. Okay. Due to shortage of time, I will stop with this. No need to worry about this interview question. It's related to array only. We will discuss in the beginning of the tomorrow session. Not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Okay. Thank you, students. Hope you all gain at least some knowledge on